Hi there, Anna here, certified neurotransformational life coach and emotions coach, bringing to you the know-how to tap into and trust your own inner guide so that you can heal yourself and live the life you were born to love every single day. Today, I'm sharing with you my 5 keys to get you through the struggle. What are you struggling with these days? It could be anything that you're trying to accomplish in your life, from something as simple as just getting up out of bed in the morning, and for some of us that may not even be so simple, to creating a healthy meal for yourself each day, to any other small, medium, large project or habit that you want to make happen in your life. So if the struggle tends to take you down so that you give up on your pursuits, you're going to want to listen in. These are simple ideas, and with attention to them, you can change your focus, your motivation, and your stamina. You can believe in and support yourself more. So, without further ado, my 5 keys. The first key is to acknowledge the real versus the ideal. I say this a lot in my yoga classes. I'll present a posture or a movement in the ideal and remind my clients to acknowledge their real. There is the ideal and there's your real for today, for the moment. This applies with anything you're striving to do. There's the ideal and there's the real. And the trick is to really honor your real as you work towards the ideal and love yourself for this non-ideal real, because that means you've offered yourself a challenge, and all of our meaningful growth requires challenge. This works with the next 4 keys, the second one being repetition. When we're kids, we learned through repetition. We know this as parents or teachers or babysitters. You can hear the little child's voice. Read it again, do it again, try it again, again. And you can just imagine that small child asking for this, and not really asking, but insisting. As adults, we can understand this as well, but we often forget that it's required. If we're learning something new, we've challenged ourselves. We can't expect to get it immediately. We need and want repetition. In my Kundalini practice, I often use mantra, and mantra has the same concept of repetition. You're saying something or repeating a sound current over and over and over. It has a tremendous impact on our psyche and our ability to move through our challenges and code over any negative thought patterns in our brain. This concept is similar to my 3rd key, learning to show up for yourself. In my coaching with clients, I'm often talking about how we show up for ourselves, if we show up. And this is a repetition of sorts. We want to show up for ourselves in repetition, daily. I often challenge my clients to do a 40-day, 90-day, or 120-day practice, whether that be a meditation or journaling, a new bedtime routine, or taking a walk, or some other usually small to start activity that will support their goals. Something achievable for that person. Perhaps it is a 3-minute meditation. So the goal here would be to show up for yourself for this small and achievable exercise, ideally at the same time of day, but just showing up no matter what. What it says is, I value myself enough to show up for me. I am a priority. And the truth is, we often have excuses not to show up for ourselves that are both extremely valid and not really, and everything in between. So an emergency situation may arise. Someone else needs you and disrupts your plans, or you feel sick or are sick. These are just some of the valid examples, and yet, can we find 3 minutes to brush our teeth in a day? Can we find 3 minutes to sit and have a glass of water? The trick here is knowing how you show up in these situations and observing it. It may be that it's a distracted meditation session where you keep opening your eyes even within just 3 minutes, but you showed up. It may be that you end up cutting the meditation off early. And remember, it's your real versus the ideal. And the point is, you showed up. Maybe you did the meditation lying down. Again, not ideal, but you're extremely sick and it's the only way you could show up. And you did show up. You get the point. Number 4 is a sutra to remember, and I like to have this posted somewhere. It goes like this: when the time is on, start, and the pressure will be off. This is a reminder to just start. When we're approaching something challenging, the tendency is to want to avoid it for as long as we can, to want to plan to death. And of course, we may have some planning to do, but if you've checked and double-checked and the delay continues to happen, use the sutra and start. Oftentimes we feel anxious to start, but understand that the anxiety builds the more we delay. And the reason we delay is that there are some unknowns. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if we're in over our heads. We don't know if there's something we've forgotten. We don't know the response we might get. Getting started releases the pressure cooker that you create for yourself. So start, and the pressure will be off. That brings us to number 5. Embrace, expect, and enjoy your imperfections. Set yourself up to expect mistakes, failures, and imperfections. These things teach us something, and we want to celebrate that. If things work too perfectly, it probably wasn't challenging enough. Imperfections also give us an opportunity to keep showing up for ourselves and repeating the efforts we are trying to perfect. We will be better for it. Embrace and love your imperfections. So those are my 5 keys to getting through the struggle. Real versus ideal, repetition. Show up for yourself as a practice or challenge. Start, and the pressure will be off. And embrace your imperfections. I hope this was helpful to you. If so, please comment below and let me know what landed for you. If you're interested in coaching with me, please find me at essentialsoulmama.com. Until next time, thank you for tuning in, and please be true to yourself and live the life you were born to love. Satnam.